Commissioners Court to order.
I make a motion we elect Commissioner Mahler as Judge Pro Tem.
Y'all want to second that?
I think you should.
If you don't, you're gonna do it. So just whatever you want.
Yeah, I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Let's start off with item number 2, which is the big one today. Motion to accept on recommendation of consultant Motorola Solutions, Inc. proposal for P25 VHF digital conventional system that will provide desired radio coverage and system reliability for the county, and authorize county judge to sign contract documents following legal review and to accept quote for associated products, services, and equipment shelters from local vendors. This is a major infrastructure project to be paid for from 2016 limited tax note funds to the extent that those funds are available. Who's doing that, Lee? Are you handling that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's the same proposal that we sent to y'all before.
Yep.
Only now that the VHF frequency we're going to purchase from mobile phone is included in this is a pass-through.
That's actually good.
That's actually good.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot better to do that. I'm glad we thought about that. So that makes the grand total of that package $780,821, which is the same as it was before, plus the $85,000, and we're still getting the $64,676 on the package.
Can you just round that up to 65,000?
Yeah.
It's easier to say.
Well,
It's easier to say.
Sounds better.
If I understand this right, the incentive is what's really in play because there is a time
Yeah.
frame.
Yeah.
We have to do this today, or we lose the
That's what
incentive.
we're really
The 30th,
talking
that incentive goes away. We tried to get that extended. I know we talked to Angie about it, Brad, but I guess that's beyond their
I
control.
think they extended it 2 or 3 times for us.
They did.
Yeah.
Enough's
we did
enough.
A couple times, so it's just, we're looking at that one also.
What are the ongoing fees for owning the frequency? I mean, is there a yearly?
No, once we purchase it, it belongs to the county.
Okay.
So it'll be purchased through Motorola for the county, but it'll be licensed by a mobile phone through their attorney in our name. So it'll say Wichita County on it. So that's a there won't be any more fees associated with that.
So once we spend the $780,000,
What's that?
once we spend the $780,000,
That's it. Yeah.
how much money a month do we pay them to keep it going?
I don't understand the question, but.
What is there a maintenance contract or, but I mean.
Once we pay for it, it's ours. It's not like the microwave deal or the telephone deal that's costing us out the wazoo to
The
monthly.
The microwave's not part of this, it'll be part of the next thing, we have to smooth some things out on that too. But this right here, no, there's no ongoing fees. Like the 700 system had a line all the way to San Antonio, which we couldn't establish that would be reliable for us. It was however much it was a month, $1,200 or something dollars a month. So there's nothing associated with this. It's a standalone system, receive only sites.
We got to upgrade it every year.
Not that I know of.
Well, I mean, the first year, everything's included in any type of site upgrades or what have you. The system will continue running as is for now on. Of course, there's going to be upgrades because it's a software-driven system. We've got packages that we can offer you guys for, maintenance down the road and everything else, but everything's covered. The first year, everything's covered. So if you want to get a maintenance program and stuff, there's different levels that y'all can purchase into on that. And but like Lee said, the system, that $780,000, once you purchase the system, is yours. There's nothing. You're not paying any software rights or anything to Motorola, any telco or telephone expenses for dedicated circuits or anything. It's $780.
Well, it's not your fault, Dwayne, but we voted to do stuff in the past, and after we voted and we got it, we found out we had to pay, $5,000 a month just to keep going. So now we learn to ask those questions so that we know what we're really spending. So it's good to know that we're going to actually buy something that we own.
Yeah.
So in that frequency, when we purchase it, so I understand for sure, when we purchase that frequency, it's ours and it's protected from encroachment at that point.
Yes.
There's no.
Our attorney's going to draw up paperwork. We've got an FCC attorney. They'll draw up paperwork, transfer ownership from mobile phone over to Wichita County. Wichita County, being a government entity, does not pay any fees there's licensing fees for the public every 10 years. Wichita County is exempt from that since they're a state. So once it's paid for, it's yours.
Let me make sure I understand. We own the frequency. Software upgrades and things that you're talking about would be on the system to utilize that frequency, not on the frequency itself.
Correct. The frequency's yours from here on out.
The software would be for us operating the equipment that we operate with.
Yes.
The frequency.
Yes, and like I said, that is, you know, as come, and you know, it comes out of the box ready to go. You know, after we configure it, install it and everything else, it'll run. There's nothing, you're not paying Motorola $5,000 a year or a month for some kind of software agreement. That's not gonna happen.
So, and we don't have to buy any new radios? This works with the radios that we have?
That includes some
That's the next
radios.
step.
That includes radios.
That does.
Yeah, this is gonna upgrade. You've got several radios. It's in like your jail transportation. You've got several radios there that's not Project 25 compliant currently. What we're gonna do, we're gonna upgrade those radios, but instead of giving those vehicles the new radios, we're gonna pull radios out of the frontline cars for the sheriff's office and give them the older radios, install the new equipment. where
Yeah,
they're
that
better
makes
utilized.
sense. Absolutely.
Because those other, like jail vehicles, they don't need all the extra channels. And
Yeah.
fires. Well, that's just,
Yeah, it's just smart. Give the guys out in the field the best stuff.
One of the things that I think we need to, I just want to add, make sure everybody also needs, they'll have to do it themselves though, is like the radios, adult probation, juvenile probation.
Yeah, they'll do those, but Woody said at the last meeting that we had that they've already come up with funding for all their stuff.
Right, that's what I was talking about. I already understood they had money for all that, so that's not part of this money.
Dwayne, will these radios have the GPS tracking capability?
Okay, the new radios, they come with GPS in them. Your system, as is, does not do GPS tracking. But the
So if we had
radios-
an officer down that couldn't speak, but he mashed his button,
This current system will not be capable of doing that.
how much more does that cost to have that feature so that we know where our officers
It would be pretty
are?
much a complete redesign.
Oh.
That's something that we'll have to look into. You know, the 700 system that we spoke about last year, that had that capability.
Right.
It had what we call a core in there that managed all the information from the system into it and gave you that capability, gave you a lot of capability that this system does not.
Well, I know
offer
in the
at current
refineries,
time.
we have the ability to hit the button and they can
Right.
come find you.
Right,
I
and,
just-
and it's, you know, it's something that Motorola in the future will have out there for this type of system. I mean, you'll be able to purchase and upgrade, but
If it's like software, if it's like
it's,
software.
yeah, it's gonna, I mean, I can't speak for Motorola engineers currently, but yes, I mean, it's gonna have, you're gonna have some box equipment or some equipment that you're gonna, of course, have to purchase the interface to show it like a dispatch or something like that. You're gonna have a PC or something, but I can't speak for where the engineering is on that for this system. Like I said, the high-end systems or the trunking systems that we talked about last year is where all that, you know, bells and whistles.
So we're not even sure if what I'm talking about is even available on
Well,
VHF.
I know right now that that the radios, they do GPS and they'll display location and stuff. The newer radios will, that Motorola. So Motorola's made and that's the analogs. I mean the non-trunk side, just the conventional trunk or conventional repeater side, which what y'all are purchasing. They're making steps forward and moving forward in doing that. But once again, I cannot say.
Sure.
But the
Well, that is a valuable tool for our sheriff's office.
Correct.
I mean, it's for their safety. I mean, things happen.
Yes.
It'd be nice.
One of the things that US Cellular presented to us the last couple of years, actually a couple times, is they have this device that plugs into the vehicle. It's like $25 a month back.
I think it was like $16 a month.
60, that's what it is, lower, less than $20 easy.
It's a GPS device.
It track every vehicle.
Is
And
in
you
line.
can one or two or three computers or supervisors can know exactly where each unit is at.
Well, I was thinking more on the person. So if the person gets out of the car and gets in a foot chase and gets hurt,
That's the best.
that he hit that button, that we could go right to him. You know.
I saw a shooting, I was on the police station here watching. It was an officer's body cam. He was confronting this guy, and he went to show his hand. He was telling him to put his hand out. And the officer had his taser out, and the guy was on a cell phone, and he was just walking, just kept walking, looking at him. And it was a black officer, it was a black male with a phone suspect. And this officer was the only officer on duty in this town. Apparently they had, it's not like in the Dallas area, but they had other towns around them. He was the only officer working, and the guy pulled out a pistol and shot him 7 times. Wow. And he hit the ground, and the body camera caught it all. The guy took off running, and he got back to his car, and he couldn't talk because he was so adrenaline dump and everything. He got in his vehicle, and his body camera showed get through his radio and hit that orange emergency button, and that set the alarm off. And then the dispatcher started calling all these highway patrol, sheriff units, everybody. And then he fell out of the car, and he was laying there, and some bystander ran over to him and watched it happen and started helping. And then he was like in front of his cousins and aunt's house. They were just right there, and they come out. They knew him. They come out and helped him. He survived. Well,
7 gunshot wounds, and he survived.
Wow. Yeah, most of the body vest had kept him from getting
Oh, okay.
Still got some to the side, his stomach, his arms, and shoulder, but he survived. He's back at work. But
Well, Sheriff, you get shot with a pretty good sized gun and that vest holds it. I've always been told to knock your breath out. You
Oh,
can't hardly
it'll
talk.
bruise you all up. And it'll break you.
he can fracture sternum, depending on what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
Well, anything that travels, 3,000 feet a minute or second or whatever it is,
Yeah.
it's gonna hurt.
Instead of getting hit with something this big, you're getting hit with something this big.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can put alarm, and
Anyway.
here's once again on that distress button. It will have the capability of doing that. We can program. It's not going to have it at dispatch, because dispatch is using the city system, the city's interface or consoles. We can set something up at records, perhaps.
So we still have a distress button on the portable radio that if he hit us, it would notify records that officer button, his alarm's going off.
Right. Well, what we need to do is I'll visit and see what type of radio that we've got proposed there, and make sure. But we do have capabilities of decoding that on a basis.
One of the things that y'all got in the last presentation was a proposal from Daly & Wells to interface the consoles with our radio. So when we push the panic buttons on the radios, or you key the radio, it'll show you a badge ID and your car number. So that would be better than not knowing where somebody's at last known position. So working that deal there out through TUSA to try to get that refined, because that was kind of a ridiculous price on that thing. So they're going to work with their Harris dealer where Alan Talkington is in Missouri and try to come up with a better solution and give that to Daly & Wells and see if they can do that. So that will help with the badge ID number on the portables and the car ID numbers on the mobiles. The other thing we're also working on with the hospital district regionally is to come up with a solution, working with JPS Communications, so that all the ambulances in the 11 county region, or whatever the region is, 12 counties possibly, would be able to show the locations of the ambulances at any time throughout the whole region using software and a link. So we're going to get a presentation on that Tuesday or Wednesday this next week. I think it's maybe the 2nd, to see how that's going to work and interface with what we already have. So if that's a solution for the hospital district to show where all the ambulances are in the region, we could surely use a version of that locally to show where all the patrol units are too.
What's a reasonable expectation of the lifespan of this system?
Earl looks at the radios. They're looking at 12 to 15 year. You got some radios right now at 10 years that y'all have. The system is once again you look at the maintenance side of it. You guys can do have a option to where you just keep that thing upgraded, keep that system upgraded, and you don't have to worry about it. I mean, there's so many different maintenance options. But I've got these GTR 8000s. They've been out for several years. I've got them as old as 10 or 15 years. It's been in operation, and you know, they, like a tank, they just run. They just work. And yeah, and like I say, we spoke about the maintenance. You can get maintenance is going to carry you through. And you
I
know,
would assume having your repeaters in good locations and in good conditions just makes a difference. And
yes.
So the better question would be, will this system with proper maintenance meet our needs for the next 15 years?
Yes.
Except I think you need to put a repeater over there on that tower on 369.
Well, I'm sure they probably will if we can move that one from Burke and pay the same tower rent. Can't we?
The other thing that we'll do too is if we get these new shelters, they'll be tight. They'll be, right now, the equipment's sitting in those sheds, and they get full of dirt and dust. The fans get clogged up. The fans get all clogged up with dirt. Bees and bugs get in there and infestations of those things. So it'll be a lot better to get, you know, these better shelters and keep the equipment a lot better.
Spray foam the inside of my shop, and I have almost zero dust. It's unbelievable, the difference. It's that closed cell stuff, and it works good as insulation, but the dust, I couldn't believe that you know, you park your car in there and 3 months later you come in and it was covered in dust.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore.
Sealed it up.
Yes, it did.
Our second shift patrol officers kind of have an agreement among themselves and the supervisors. They're using an app called 360. It is a GPS app on your phone, so they can look at it and see where each other's at any given time. And so they're using that, but they're using their personal phones. They're usually mainly to know if someone gets a call as, hey, I'm going to be closer, I'll go over here than you are. And
well, it's a maintenance deal for you guys. I mean, it's a
yeah, but
management
they're
deal.
usually on their own phone, their own data and everything, so we're not kind of Jones agreement. We won't look at the speed or anything, but it's a good enough app that when I was at Bowie Trade Days and I got displaced from my wife, I could pull it up and I figured out which barn she was in and walk straight over to her. So
It was a high-end bar, very well.
yeah.
I just assume my wife didn't have access.
I asked the question in this side of the room. I'm going to repeat the question over here. Will this meet our needs for the next 15 years?
Easily, yeah.
Yeah, easily.
All right. Well, I'll make the motion to proceed.
Motion.
Second. Yep.
A motion by Commissioner Beecham, second by Commissioner Harvey. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. See, that was simple.
I just wish we'd have done this 2 years ago.
Well, I don't know. I think we may be getting a better system in as much
Better
as
solution.
I think it's a better solution for where we are than we were.
It's not a better solution, it's more affordable, because the 700, 800 radios, if we could have afforded that, that would have been the cat's meow.
Of course, but this is something we can live with,
Right.
and with proper maintenance, 15, 20 years of service, it's gonna be a good value.
As long as our people can talk. And look, I think that if we use it for a while and we know we have a problem area, we get with Dwayne and we go fix that problem area.
Yeah, we can add,
Put up
we
a
can add
tower.
receivers, you know.
Can add whatever we need to make sure our guys can talk.
You know, the southwest part of the county, you know, we don't have, we can re-engineer and put a receiver in the system.
That's a place we probably need to do anything.
Yeah, and if you know, if you have some other areas that,
Out there north of Pumpkin Center, it's terrible.
well, we're gonna be,
It won't be.
yeah, we're gonna be on a 330-foot tower.
Okay.
So that's gonna help tremendously, because we're on a
You know,
100.
in some of the survey maps of where the radio coverage was, in some of the areas that it didn't cover, we will never be out there unless we're looking for a dead body or somebody that got lost and fell in the hole somewhere. And even then, it's not just one person gonna be out there, it's gonna be,
Right.
there'll be communication to build.
And the cell phones will probably work.
Yeah, that's why, you know, I know that Motorola can't say there's 100% guarantee for everywhere because things happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
My
Jeff's got a big hole out there he can hide people.
Out there.
Sir?
Well, you can go today and get down there by Red River Bottom, and you won't have cell phones there.
No.
we've never had, you know, Duke Smith's place down there on the low end,
Yeah.
forget it, you
Not
know.
gonna happen, but it's also not where you guys are spending most of your time.
Exactly right, we don't have a lot of problems there, although we have people that stranded down here, lost.
All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Appreciate this, I appreciate the court for our, 3 years of this, maybe 4 years lately, and Dwayne knows exactly how many days, but I know it's been a long process, but it's something we're here.
See how easy this is and the judge is right there. Thank you for.
Will,
Appreciate
you
that.
gonna be available this afternoon?
I don't know, depends what you got in mind.
You know what I have in mind.
Get his phone number, you can track him.
Call me,
All right,
I should be in the office all afternoon.
All right.
Y'all wanna grab you a stack of bills for you?
No, go ahead, I got plenty at home myself.
All right. I think that's a good solution. I really do. I feel better about it than I have since we first started this discussion.
Well, we're getting it done.
Guys, I tell you, Jeff and I went up in precinct 4, not yesterday, but Wednesday afternoon after the rain and checking some things out. And boy, I tell you, we have still got some water management problems in this county, some worse than others. We saw a gully up there off of Highway 25 up on the north end toward the river.
Is it off 25?
No, it's off of, let me think, is that county line? That may be county line. Road.
Okay.
I get mixed up.
I was gonna say 25, we'll just call Mike Beaver.
No, it's not 25, it's county line.
Okay.
And I tell you what, guys, you could put a train load of dirt in that gully that washed out in the past 24 hours. I've never seen anything like it. I'm talking about a gully half as wide as this room and just as deep.
A video that Jeff showed me.
Did you see it?
I saw the video,
You
yeah,
saw
where
it?
it's, you can see, we can watch it cut.
It was,
It's
we
cutting.
couldn't get close to it because it was sloughing off while we were standing there watching it.
I mean,
And that's gonna be an expensive fix.
I don't know how you fix that.
Well, we had the NRCS engineers up there, and they're working on some solutions. We may have to go in there and put some box culverts in to spread that water out to where it's cutting across that deal, but it cuts that entire.
I say just let it rip there, Chip.
It's gonna get the road. It may.
It may get the road?
Oh, yeah, I hadn't been back up there to look, but it was coming toward the road. I mean, even as we were standing, we marked it with a flag while we were standing there, and it gained 2 feet while we were standing there watching the deal.
Ooh.
I've never seen anything like that, and that's on about a 2 to 3 inch rain. That's not one of those 5 and 6 inch rains that is coming. My point in bringing it up is that we've got some places like that around that we're going to have to deal with, and it's there's no end to it.
Here's a bill for $138 to buy Cody Lott some clothes.
Here's a bill for $179 for orange spoons.
Orange spoons.
Orange, well, sporks.
Sports, yeah.
Sports.
Orange.
Those industrial,
I think they're
institutional
correctional grade.
correctional grade, yeah.
That's 4. Psychiatric and psychological testing, $800.
Oh, help me. Can you throw me those Kleenexes? Don't say it out loud, we're being recorded.
I'm not saying it out loud. No, wrong one. You can have mine.
Oh, you put it back?
Yeah.
Look how much money.
Oh my God. Well, it is 20 cases. $1,232
Wow.
in institutional grade.
We bought Cody 7 pair of khaki pants.
7 pair of khaki pants?
Where's
Yep.
those for?
Because they didn't want to wash them?
Yes.
Who's that for?
Cody Lott?
Oh.
Pardon me.
7 pair of khaki pants.
And by the way, I was mistaken after talking to Maureen, that will be appealed.
It will be appealed?
course.
What did they sentence him with?
Life in prison, basically.
Life plus 20.
Was it 5 plus 20?
Life plus 20.
Life plus 13, wasn't it? Or
Yeah,
maybe
it's
it was
20 on one charge and life on the other.
Yeah, oh, I guess it was life plus 20.
I don't think it's
will-
gonna get to the 13 or the 20.
I don't either. It will be appealed. I thought it would not, since it was not death penalty. For death penalty is automatically appealed, but she said, no, it will be appealed, but she thinks it would stand. We'd have to review because there's no big glaring mistakes in the process, but wow, we're gonna spend a ton of money on that. What would Lindsey Graham think about that?
I hope they save his khaki pants for his appeal.
I think somebody was correct that he's been looking all of his life for a girlfriend, and now he is one.
Barry Mahler.
I
just caught on what you just said.
I'm quoting somebody here. Like, I didn't think that. Just a little levity.
Sorry about that.
I don't
Let me
know.
move the recorder down there next to you. We didn't hear that.
It picked it up.
It picked it up. I bet.
I don't know if y'all got the email earlier this week from the archives about the murder and everything that happened in the Benjamin courthouse back at the turn of the century. Y'all gotta read it if y'all, if not, I'll forward it to you.
I don't think I got it.
Pretty interesting read.
What was it? The commissioner killed the judge, or vice versa?
No, it was
That has happened,
It-
I think.
it's shot a defendant dead in the courthouse right in the middle of the trial. Ended up shooting the judge, and
Somebody was unhappy, weren't they?
yeah.
Did you give me that story to read?
Did I give it to you? I didn't give it to you, but it's really interesting read.
I think it might have
Is
been
it- it
from
was-
Bill Stewart.
Yeah, it was written by the district attorney, and he had a very good writing style.
Audio and video enhancement.
What are we enhancing?
Cody Lott trial.
Do y'all keep track of that whole trial so we can have a picture of what that entire trial cost?
Yeah, they set up all new separate lines for that, and I believe that you guys approved $47,000
yeah.
for that. So yeah, we set up all new lines, so
Yeah.
everything will be separate.
It would be really interesting for that big of a trial for us to see what that final dollar amount was, just on the
Well,
trial.
But with that amount, that probably didn't include attorney's fees and special witnesses and all that, did it? Wasn't that just transportation?
Special witnesses it would,
I thought it was just
but
transportation and lodging.
not attorneys.
As far as I don't know about attorney's fees.
Yeah.
Here's Cody Lott trial, prep, testimony, and expenses, $2,000.
Is that an attorney or?
Design works, advertising.
Oh,
And I saw
Expert.
something about an expert witness fee as well the other day. I don't remember the exact amount.
I've seen several things like
I
that.
thought. Pretty sure that's what.
Well, and is that the one that they're wanting to pay out of the forfeiture fund?
That's exactly right. That's what Maureen told me the other day, but I think it was 20. Pretty sure that's
I
what.
think
it
you're
was.
right, and I think there was another 20 as well.
I think so. Well, they had one for each side.
Yeah.
You can't have just one expert.
No, it would be,
My question to Maureen was, how did you get in that business? That's what I'd like to go to.
it would be really interesting to see what that dollar amount actually
I
is.
agree. And,
You become a paid liar.
well, what's interesting about those.
I love Willie. I love that man.
What's interesting about those expert witnesses, it's done backward. In other words, you come to the conclusion and then you back out of it to build your case. I mean, that's how it's done. It really is. Now, it's almost like a fee appraiser. Where do you want to wind up?
Randy
I want
Elliott.
to wind up at $450,000. Oh, okay. And you work back from that number to get there. It's the same process for the expert witnesses. Do you want this person to be crazy or not crazy? Oh, okay.
Why do we buy Kleenex from Wilson Office Supply?